The first argument that these ulama mentioned, they said that the ahadith of the Imam, they told us, صُمْ للرؤية وافطر للرؤية. They said that when you see the moon, begin the new month. When you see the new moon, start fasting, meaning Ramadan began. And when you see the new moon, then stop fasting. It's the day of Eid, it's the first day of Shawwal. So we understand that the new month begins by sighting the moon. These ulama, they said, when you see the moon with the telescope, you've seen it. The hadith of the Imam applies. Sum lil-ru'ya. He said, start fasting when you see the moon. When I see it with the telescope, I saw it. So why can't I begin the new month? So they basically ask this question. They say, if I see the moon with the telescope, did I see it or did I not see it? If you say, no, I didn't see it, that's lying. Obviously, you saw it. So, since you can't choose the first option, you can't say, I didn't see it, that means you saw the moon. The Imam said, when you see the moon, begin the new month. So they said, there's no reason why not to rely on it. When the hadith of the Imam clearly applies to this, when the hadith of the Imam clearly says, Sum lil-ru'ya, waftar lil-ru'ya, begin the new month when you see the moon, and this is a type of seeing the moon, why can't we rely on telescope in beginning the new month? And they give us an example to further clarify this point. They say, the ahadith tell us it's haram to see, for example, a woman who's not related to me, from my family, my mother, my sister, my daughter. It's haram for me to see her without hijab, right? So the Imams told us the word seeing her. We cannot see a woman that is not related to me without hijab. Let's say I have telescope. There's a woman that's very far. I use the telescope to see her, and she's not wearing hijab. Is this acceptable? They will say, every alim, every marja, even those that said you can't rely on the telescope in sighting the moon, they will tell you it is haram for you to see another woman without hijab using the telescope. Ask them why. They will tell you because you're seeing them. You're seeing that woman with the telescope. So, because this is a type of sight, and the Imam said you're not allowed to see the woman without hijab, they accepted telescope as well. They said telescope is also haram. Another example, if the hadith says, if you see someone killing another person, then you can testify against him in the court. If I didn't see him with my naked eyes, but I saw him committing that crime with a telescope, am I allowed to go and testify? They will tell you, yes, of course, because you saw him. The point is you saw him. So they will tell you, because of these two examples, we see that when the Imams tell us if you saw something, then you can rely on any type of sight, whether it's naked or telescope. These ulama, they say, how come all the ulama accepted this with seeing a woman without hijab? They accepted this with testifying against someone. But when it came to the moon, they said no. They said this is a new type of sight that didn't exist during the type of the Imams. We can't rely on it. The point is you saw the moon. And the Imam said if you see the moon, the new month begins. So this is their first argument. They rely on the word Sum lil-ru'ya, ru'ya, sight. They say the Imam said if there is sight, someone sees it, the new month begins. And with the telescope, you're seeing it. So what's the problem? That's the first argument they use. So that is the first argument, the proponents of this view, that we can use telescope in proving the new month. This is what they relied on.